Hi guys, welcome back. I appreciate it has been a bit of a minute. I'm in a new environment. I am currently in Dubai. I've been here for a month. I'm here for my second month now. So yeah, I've just been kind of catching up on a lot of work, focusing massively on my new sales training program, and of course, as well as closing and managing a sales team. So bear with me, but I am back and want to continue to be consistent with YouTube because I get so many amazing messages actually of how you find these videos valuable. So I really appreciate that. In today's video, I really wanted to discuss and share something that I posted on my Instagram story this morning. And that is that I am currently closing at 100%. So I have a 100% close rate in the month of February. So we're nearly a week into February. I've been working every day of the month and I'm consistently closing, I believe I've closed 10 or 11 deals this week. 10K deals, and I want to share how I'm doing it, essentially. So let's dive straight in. I haven't prepared anything. I just genuinely want to speak upon what comes to mind when I am in these sales schools, what I teach the women that I work with as well, or what I am starting to teach as they develop into closing, and how you can close more deals. Active tips that you can take away today that will allow you to close more deals, make more money. So I would say the number one thing that I have learned to do in my time in sales, as I've got more confident, as I've experimented, as I've tried different things and figured out who I am as a sales rep, is I started following this super rigid script when I first started sales. And all of these fancy reframes and different terminologies that they would teach in the industry. And yeah, they were great. And yes, they got me to a certain point and they gave me that kind of comfort blanket of I know if I say X, Y, Z, it might move the needle forward. But in reality, the moment that I just stripped everything back and I actually started focusing on having a conversation, the moment everything changed for me and my closing rate went from 25, maybe 30 to like 50 plus very consistently on multiple offers. And having a conversation is very much easier said than done. I appreciate that because if you're new to sales, you've got the anxiety, you've got the stress, you want to perform, you want to keep your job, you're also nervous, you don't know what to say, or you're worried about all these multiple different elements. But my main piece of advice would be if you can genuinely go into a sales call, take a deep breath. This is what I teach the women I work with. Take a deep breath before you go into your sales call and just go into it with curiosity. This person needs your help. They're here for a reason, no matter how they come across on the call, whether they're super emotional, super arrogant, super cold, super shy, it doesn't matter. This person actively have gone through multiple different stages of a sales process to be on a call with you. They need your help, and it's your job to teach them exactly how, essentially. So my main piece of advice would be at the beginning of a sales call is take a couple seconds, read the room, read who you're speaking to, so you know how to adapt your tone, you know how friendly you can be, how assertive you need to be, if you can tell more jokes, if you need to be a bit more serious, because it's just not one size fits all. And if you're following a rigid script and you're doing the same process day in, day out, there's a reason you're not seeing results. Every single call that I take, I adapt who I am. I'm like an actress. I always joke I'm like an actress. Not in a bad way, but in a way to help and serve someone. So I adapt my personality and who I am to that person. Whether I'm more feminine and jokey and soft, or whether I'm more, my voice is deeper, I'm more assertive, I'm a bit more serious. It makes truly the world of difference. And For a lot of you, this may be too hard of a concept to understand right now if you're new to sales, because the industry just kind of hammers home that you have to learn this certain script and you have to pay 20K for sales training and learn all these objections. But it's not true. Trust me when I say it is not the case. If you can have genuine conversations, be genuinely curious, ask open questions, this is going to allow you to close more deals. The next part of the puzzle, I guess, for increasing my close rate is not focusing on objection handling. I can't stress this enough. I think I say this every time I jump on a sales training with the women that I train. Objection handling is the last thing we need to worry about. My sales training is quite early. And at right this current moment, I haven't added the objection training modules into my sales training. They're all ready, they're all prepared, they're all filmed, but I've done it for a reason. Because the industry teaches us that we need to learn how to objection handle. As salespeople, we need to fight and we need to spend as much time as possible going that back and forth with a prospect to get them over the line. Oh my goodness, it's so not true. Like I'd say 80% of my calls, I do not have any objections at the end because I pre-handle my objections in the discovery. I cannot stress this enough. You do not need to learn fancy reframes and terminologies for your objection handling. You do not need to force anyone to buy. You do not need to make anyone feel uncomfortable. You just need to do your job in the discovery. And that is understanding why the prospect is there, finding the pain, ensuring that the prospect understands that they can't continue on the path that they're on. They need to make a change and they need your help to do so. You really need to dig in. You need to build trust, you need to build connection and leadership in that discovery. If you don't have those three things, you're not going to close the deal. If you can really build that strong core trust with your prospect in the first 15, 20 minutes of the call, which is the discovery, the deal is done. The deal is closed. You can go through the pitch, it doesn't matter. You can do the end price drop, it doesn't matter. People buy from people. They don't buy products, they don't buy the price tag. It doesn't matter. People buy from people. And the moment that I realized that, something clicked, and I realized that if I can just build a very, very strong bond in the discovery, then no matter how much this program is going to cost or what I'm saying in my pitch, they will buy because they trust and they like me. And that is huge, guys. So yes, ditch the objection handling training for now. If you're struggling to close deals and you think you just need to learn more and more and more reframes, ditch it and focus on your discovery. Majority of closers discoveries that I have reviewed are very, very weak because you're not taught that the discovery has to be like super strong. You're taught that you have to learn how to objection handle at the end. So that is like a key component in this whole kind of puzzle of increasing your close rate. The next part of increasing my close rate, the next thing that I did and focused on was my tonality. Trust me when I say every single sales call of mine, and there are hundreds and hundreds of sales calls, it will sound like I am saying that word track, that pitch, that framework for the first time every single time. When I add certain jokes, those jokes will sound like I'm saying them for the first time every single time. When I'm talking about contract details, price drop, same applies. This is so crucial. You cannot sound like a robot. It's 2025. We know when we're being sold to. Your prospects are not naive to the fact that they are on a sales call. With the offer that I sell on currently, I genuinely sell to closers who do not know that I am a closer. It's wild. Because of the way I am presenting myself, because of the way I am talking, because of the way I am communicating with my tonality, building trust, making them feel comfortable as well. It's insane. And it's all due to that tonality. I'm really focusing on exactly how I say all my words, all my sentences, which is very nitpicky and high level, but This is super important. And if I would have learned this 6 months earlier, my goodness, I could have made so much more money. Not that I needed to, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but what I'm saying is if I can share any advice that I've learned now to help you guys implement this earlier on, it's going to excel your sales career. Be very, very mindful with how you're saying things. Imagine speaking to a friend or a parent or a sibling. You're just you. You just speak normally. You just tell jokes the way you tell them. You get mad the way you get mad. You laugh the way you laugh. You're just you. And that is what I would challenge you to be and show up like on a sales call. Because when I am just me, when I am just relaxed, when I am just jokey and carefree and loose, but also assertive and the leader when I need to be as well, that is the connection. And going back to what I said previously, that is the trust. That is when people feel safe and comfortable with me to open up so I can help solve a problem. It is genuinely so, so important. And tonality alone will help you literally double your close rate. Like, I truly believe that. Last but not least, call reviews. So I have actually spoken to a few women recently who have told me that they do not watch their calls back. They're closers in the industry and they are very afraid, or they cringe, or they just don't enjoy watching their sales calls back. Guys, we have to watch our sales calls back. It is the number one needle mover to help you improve, close more deals, make more money. Like, it's the easiest way to do it. I was shocked actually to hear that, but I do understand it, right? Because I've been there myself. When I first started, it's cringy to hear your own voice, how you look, you know, speaking to other people, things that you say. But it's so important. And you're not only doing yourself a disservice by not, you're also doing the prospect a disservice, right? Because if you aren't working on your skill set as a sales professional, if you aren't upskilling yourself and building yourself, your confidence, that means you're going to close less deals. That means you're going to help less people. That means that that person who you couldn't help is either going to go to someone worse than you, a company worse than you, or they're never going to make a change. And that's on you. That is your responsibility. Sales isn't just about making money, it's about helping people. And you are doing them a disservice if you do not have the correct skill set in that call to make them feel comfortable enough and build enough trust to help them take that step to change their life. On top of that, you're doing yourself a disservice of the amount of opportunities that you are losing because you haven't refined your skill set enough to close more deals. Sales call reviews are the only way you are really going to move with speed to refine your calls and refine your processes. I literally did this every single day when I was learning sales. I'd say for a good 10 months, I was just call reviews every single day. The calls I didn't close when I was in the gym, on a walk, at nighttime, in the car. Like, truly, I was obsessed. And I truly believe if you want to double your close rate, sales call reviews alone is how you can do it. If you think like an athlete, right? If they don't love the way they look when they run, they would still show up and run every day because they've got things like goals to achieve. They've got fitness goals, they've got targets they need to upkeep to win and to be the best. And it's the exact same with sales. You have to view like your mind, your process like an athlete would. And even if something's tough, it doesn't matter. You do it anyway, which is super, super important. So my advice would be try to care less. Try not to worry what you look like. You don't have to show the world. It's just you and your sales calls. And the more you do it and the more you get comfortable with it, the easier it's going to be. Honestly, I could show anyone my sales calls now. Even if I'm pulling silly faces and doing silly hand gestures, I couldn't care less. And that, I promise, that confidence will come with time. But genuinely, guys, it is so, so important to do this. I'm more than happy to create a video on how I efficiently review my sales calls if you would like, or feel free to drop me a DM on Instagram. Like, either way, I can absolutely help with that. But you have to do it. Like, trust me, you have to do it. That is it, I'd say. They are like my main tips, the main core components I have implemented to literally closing at 100%. Will I be closing at 100% every single day for the rest of my sales career? Of course not. But am I consistently climbing from 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 plus recently and over the past, I'd say 3 to 4 months? Yes, because I have really honed in this skill and I want to teach you guys how to do the same, because if you're going to take sales calls, we might as well increase your close rate so you can make more money. That's how I think of it. So if you need anything from me, if you have any questions on that, do not hesitate to drop me a DM on Instagram. I also have a link down below, so if you are interested in working with me, whether you're new to sales and you want to dive in and hit your income goals, or whether you're already a sales professional and you want to increase your performance and your income goals, book in and I'd love to have a chat with you and we can see if a partnership makes sense. Bye guys.